Hey there, Stephan Külgen here once again. I do hope that you all had a chance to enjoy a wonderful summer. And as they always say, every plan is subject to change. This time, it's really true. Some items were actually finished earlier than planned, but the announcement of some items also had to be postponed until the next package. But nevertheless, I think and I hope that the result is a well-rounded package with something for everyone. There are more single-aisle aircraft this time around than usual. I hope this will help a little bit dispel the accusation that these everyday workhorses are neglected by us. So let's get started with some of the new products for November and December. I did just mention that we had a few single aisles this time around, and we have no less than 3 A319s for you, such as this sole A319 operated by the Ukraine government. This aircraft has been a common sight around the world, especially since the Russian attack on Ukraine, with President Zelensky and other government officials on board that tirelessly tried to rally for international support of Ukraine's defense against the invasion. From Europe, off we go to Canada. Most common among the all-Airbus fleet of Air Canada Rouge is, at least for the time being, the A319. With several aircraft slowly reaching their retirement age, Air Canada has decided to shift its 737 MAX 8s over to its Rouge division. By 2028, all A319s, 320s, and A321s are scheduled to be replaced, the MAX 8 then being the sole aircraft type operated by Air Canada Rouge. And well, from Canada, let's head on to Asia. This A319neo from Tibet Airlines adds something new to the 500 scale in two respects. It is the first release of this airline, and it is also the first A319neo. This smallest member of the A320neo family allows operations from very high altitude airports, such as those found in the Tibet region. All airports there are located more than 3,500 meters above sea level. Let's stick with Airbus, but go up a size. We have already released models in a number of colors of Condor: red and green and blue and beige and yellow. Recently, yet another color has been added: pink. Condor has been involved with Fly Pink for many years. This aviation industry initiative supports organizations around the world that are committed to breast cancer research, prevention, and treatment. A note in advance, October is Fly Pink month. Condor certainly has a few things planned. And let's go one more size up. We already had two Christmas models in our last new releases package, the Swiss A340 and our very own 757. Maybe there's still room for yet another one on your wish list. Just before Christmas, Qantas usually presents a special livery almost every year. This time, Qantas' cargo division helps to ensure a wonderful Christmas by supporting Santa. This release is quite limited, so maybe just don't leave it on your wish list, but do pre-order it from your dealer in time. Now let's leave Airbus for a bit. Hardly any other aircraft has been in the headlines as much in recent years as Boeing's 737 MAX family. Boeing has now largely achieved turnaround, hopefully. As of August 2025, well over 1,900 aircraft are in service worldwide. Loyal Boeing customers such as United urged the manufacturer to develop a counterpart to the Airbus A321neo. The result is a 737 MAX 10, the longest variant of the new MAX family at 43.8 meters, and with a maximum capacity for 230 passengers. United is the largest customer with over 150 on order, planning to replace its Boeing 757 fleet with the new MAX 10. However, certification is still pending, which is now, as of August 2025, scheduled for next year, 2026. Until then, two aircraft in the distinctive Boeing factory colors, including N27751, continue to fly on test flights in order to finally achieve certification and begin production and delivery of the more than 800 orders currently on hand. Now, let's stick with Boeing, but have a look at the wide bodies in the package. Something that might only be recognized at second glance and by comparing with past editions, this, in the meantime, fourth production run of the 7879 does not just have a new registration, some new markings along the fuselage, or updated positioning of the SkyTeam logo, but the shape of the blue livery around the nose section was lowered. This was done mostly for practical reasons. This allows the radome to be fully painted in one single color, reducing costs and handling and maintenance should it need to be replaced. And in the works for a long time, it is now really high time to bring a 747 freighter in Asiana's color. As a condition for the approval of Korean Air's takeover of Asiana, the cargo division had to be separated and sold off. Asiana was actually supposed originally to break Korean Air's monopoly, but is now being swallowed by that very airline. Well, for me, that's a shame. But for now, the 11 jumbo freighters still fly in the distinctive colors of Asiana Cargo. Recently, they have been flying without the red wings in the logo, which are reminiscent of the previous owner, the Kumho Corporation. But we decided to bring them in full livery as they have been seen for many years. But do let me go back to the single aisles one last time. We have a new club model for you. To complete the now almost complete series, we'll be offering a limited edition of the Condor 757-300 in the bright sunshine yellow color through the Herpa Club starting September. And now last but definitely not least, I present to you a 200 scale model that has been announced for quite some time now, the Douglas DC-7. The DC-7 was to be the last Douglas passenger aircraft with a piston engine, or 4. A total of 338 were built, which were often converted into cargo planes or firefighters later in later years, giving many aircraft a new purpose after the introduction of the more modern jet aircraft. The last DC-7, an aerial bomber, was only taken out of service in 2020. Decisive in its development was a request from American Airlines. The airline was looking for an aircraft that could connect the US East and West coasts without stopping for fuel. The flagship at the time, the DC-6, took 10 to 11 hours, but required a refueling stop. But even that was already an immense improvement. At the end of the 1940s, it took a DC-3 up to 17 hours, including 3 refueling stops to fly from coast to coast. Based on the DC-6, the DC-7 retained the same wingspan, extended the fuselage by a meter, and used more powerful engines. The prototype, registered N301AA, which already revealed the future owner of the aircraft, flew for the first time in May 1953. The first DC-7 was delivered to American in November the same year and was equipped with first-class seating for only 65 passengers. The flight time was about 8 hours, non-stop. Well, that's about it this time around. As always, you can find short descriptions for every new release on our website under herpa.de. Thanks again for your time and for your interest, and most importantly, happy collecting. Till next time, yours sincerely, Stephan Külgen.